It's Friday, or at least it is to me, and I started 2 videos. One of them was about all the tweets that I've been posting a week because I've seen people on YouTube do that. But I got like 3 tweets in, and I got really bored with myself. So instead, I'm going to talk about a conversation that I had with Julie today. She had a really bad day, and we got to talking about how about the different students that were in programs and then we got into the topic of education. Now, as you know, I am a person who is fond of education, but I'm not fond of the system itself that demonstrates its education. Mainly because I'm trying to finish up CEGEP, which is supposed to be like a 2-year leg space or a 2-year chunk of my life, but it's becoming something a bit larger than that. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But anyway, Julie and I were going to have this discussion, and she said something earlier this week that I thought explained it really well, which is education is important, but school is bullshit. And I can't help but agree with this statement. What really brought this out was because, as you know, I'm doing, for what my Green Living class, we were supposed to pick a worldview and have an action against it, and my worldview is animal cruelty, or environmental issue is animal cruelty, and my action is going vegan. And I actually have a blog, as you know, that is talking about like my process for it, because I'm going to be doing my research for the first week, and then vegan on Monday for 2 weeks, and then I'm skipping ahead and like taking the last week to basically like just demonstrate my progress on it or process on it, and I'll put a link in the bottom bar in case we have some of our friends that are curious to see. But basically, in class, we were discussing animal rights and animal cruelty, and we had to do like this group assignment. Backtracking to the beginning of the semester, Jim Morris, who's my teacher, took a poll at the beginning of our first class just so that we could feel like more relatable to the other students, which is something that I absolutely hate about CEGEP because I don't see the point. And he asked like how many students are in science courses, and like half the class raised their hand. How many people are in like liberal arts? The other half of the class raised their hand. How many people are in the arts? And I was the only one to lift my hand up, so that was less than a pleasure. But point being that we were in a group assignment this week, and one of the questions was, is animal cruelty, should animal suffering be taken as seriously as human suffering? Now, I had this discussion with Julie, and both of us agree that we should take it at the same level. Of course, both of us are vegetarian, so like we have that kind of ideology. However, we did get into a discussion about how people can view it from all the different sides, and how I can agree that why some people wouldn't see it as so. Basically, the capability of playing devil's advocate. And in this group, I overheard behind me this guy who was extremely arrogant at the beginning of the program, of the course, and said that he was in health science. And he bluntly said no, that how could we possibly put that on in the same caliber, and just refused to see otherwise. And there was this girl who was trying to just like open his mind to how some people can view it that way, but he just couldn't comprehend how that's even possible. And this is when it comes to show that I just felt a bit better about myself, because I'm not in the most reputable of programs. Apparently, I'm at the bottom of the CEGEP food chain, but I have the caliber and the capability to make that difference, or at least just state what could potentially be an option. And all that to say that it's it just goes to show how so much can get lost in the gray zone. And he's basically just becoming, as Julie and I worded it, this number that's on the conveyor belt and just continuing on in the system. And at the end of the day, I know that I am more likely to become something simply because I questioned instead of carrying on with my comfort. So that's something that I just want to mention to you. In other news, it's Lorianne's birthday tomorrow, so I'm super stoked. I found a replacement for tomorrow, so we did shift trade, so I get to go to her birthday. So I'm happy for that. And I'm just trying to like get as much work done as I can right now because I promised myself I would take this week to just do what I'm supposed to. I didn't even write my articles that were due today, so I have to do that, and I just remembered, and I have to do that before Monday because they're gonna yell at me. So yes, just wanted to let you know that's what's going on. I will hear from you soon, hopefully. GFTVA, and I'll see you on Monday.